quest we shall begin. What will happen with this rebellion that Mr. Needs to be Punted was talking about. Or actually, it was the guy that seemed friendlier at first, but now might need to be punted. And now, since I'm going back to the main quest, I am a gentleman with a piece of Titan randomly strapped to my back because reasons. Boing, boing, boing. The Rising Stones. Not to be confused with the Dripping Water. If Angel was here, I could just hear her going, "What?" Oh, fancy earrings. If your thoughts keep returning to the fate of the students of Baldison. Friends, the very itself, everyone and everything. No, it avails us not to speculate. Andrew will send word if there's any developments. Until such time as he does, we must remain firmly focused on that which is within our power to change. With that in mind, I would speak of a different matter, one closer to home. It concerns etheric fluctuations which had been previously attributed to good King Mughal Mog the 12th. Okay. The king is no more than a blessing for which we have you to thank. Or the king is no more. And all is not well in the 12's wood. The latest ratings reveal an ongoing etheric disturbance of considerable magnitude. They may even suggest the presence of a primal. Ramu? Isn't he still around? He used to say the mere possibility warrants immediate investigations, and I would have you... Oh, yes? Gina, I don't wish to interrupt, but we have a problem. What manner of problem? Bands of refugees hailing from Ul'Dah this time are coming to Revenant's Toll seeking asylum. It seems they expect us to affront them the same treatment we gave the Domans. At present, they are in the seventh heaven waiting for a formal response. See, mayhap this was to be expected. She'll meet with them at once. Yeah, you know full well we haven't the resources to accommodate many more people. Consider what would happen if you do this. Word will spread and more will follow. Opinion is duly noted, but I will hear their suit. This is going to be a problem. Laura should be grateful for your presence at this meeting. Yep, I can help out. Don't worry, a gentleman always assists a lady. Plus the fact that I'm kind of helped bring the other refugees here. Kind of my fault that this is going to become a running gag problem, I'm sure, at least for a little bit. But at least I know what this is probably going to be the focus of this chapter, if not the rebellion. Boing. Hello? Hello. Keeping you waiting with them few, and I lead the signs of the seventh dawn. We praise it is you. Running away to work, the same as the Doma, just give us a task, we'll see it done. Why are you calling yourselves? I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I know not of your situation. Alright, it's not so good with words. We've been living off the scraps of Ul'Dah for years now, trying to piece together a life to replace the ones what got took. They say there's work, but there's not for an honest man. Not as won't sully his soul sooner than his palms, then he wrote. Oh, so there's only, like, shady work to find. The flames do what they can for us, of course, but it ain't near enough. It's only getting worse. When the calamity brought us to our knees, those rich bastards in the city didn't help us up, they climbed on our backs. Yeah, that's not surprising. I don't pretend to be clever, but even I can see what's coming. I knew we had to run, the only question was where, that's what came to me, Revenant's Toll. I mean, you took the foreigners, didn't you? Sure you do the same for us. The situation is rather more complicated. While it's true that we accepted Dillman's penchant for aid, the decision was the product of extraordinary circumstances. I sympathize deeply with your plight, but I understand it's not possible for an organization of our means to aid all who have been affected by the calamity. It's a great regret that I must deny your request. Nowhere else to go. You're turning our back on us. If I might have a word. Oh, yes, Tataru? Is aught amiss? Ill tidings from Ul'Dah, my lady. Alphanud's been wounded. What? What? How? Is it serious? Cannot say for certain, but I fear it might be. According to the Flames, refugees started a riot. They went wild, apparently, lashing out at any and everyone. What? Can't be right. Why would they? They must have been provoked. The demonstration was meant to be peaceful. Seven hells. Now the Blades have an excuse. They'll round us all up and kill anyone who tries to resist. Senior, please, if you won't help us build a new life, at least help us keep the ones we got. My lady. We're not ones to stand idly by and watch innocents suffer. However, until we know more of the circumstances surrounding this riot, I am not certain what aid, if any, we can provide. The authorities determine refugees attacked without provocations, and the responsible will have to answer for their actions. Maybe so blind. Find Alphanaud and quickly. If he's in danger, or worse, I would have you and none other by his side. Thank you. Pray do not concern yourself with the matter we were discussing earlier. Yada and Palma will see to it. Alphanaud is being treated at the Hourglass. Hurry! So that must have been what the guy was trying to instigate, the riots. But then the question is, was he doing it because he wanted the refugees to be able to start a rebellion, or because he wanted to basically cut down on the number of refugees that were causing problems? It's saying, I'm end of a man, doing whatever, I'm end of a can. Ironic that they're playing dead in the middle of the street while the story supposedly says, oh yeah, riots were just recently happening. Meanwhile, the city looks exactly the same. I can understand now. I mean, if you made it like look different for every person depending on what was going on. Alphanaud. You alright?
Come, you must have gathered by now that Tataru is given to exaggeration. As you can see, I am quite well. Ul'Dah, on the other hand, is not. This riot was anything but an isolated incident.
Oh boy.
There is a restlessness in the air. Tensions long simmering are at last threatening to boil over. Ul'Dah is a nation infamous for the great disparity between the wealthy and the poor. The majority of the populace accepts this state of affairs because they believe that every man bears responsibility for his own lot in life.
I don't know if I agree with that.
To an Ul'Dah, money is the foremost, and some would say the only measure of a man's worth. Small wonder that the wealthiest wield the greatest influence.
The little grin on that face.
So where do the refugees fit into this social hierarchy? What place is there for those who fled Alamigo and the destruction of the Calamity? Plainly, there is none. They have no wealth, no power, and no worth. To the Ul'Dah way of thinking, they may as well not exist.
Yeah, that's a problem, and I don't approve.
Choosing to ignore their existence, however, is patently not an option. General Rauban and the Sultana understand this, which is why they ordered the Immortal Flames to provide the refugees aid and succor. Yet none would dispute that the expenses incurred by this policy grow by the day, with no end in sight.
Well, then take some money from the wealthy people and, like, make new jobs, rebuild the city, expand the city even.
This has prompted more and more Ul'Dahs to question their obligation to aid these worthless wanderers. while more and more refugees have come to resent their treatment at the hands of the sneering citizenry.
Yeah, I'd be pissed off too.
The manner of Lord Lolorito's refusal to grant the Dolmens asylum bespoke a disdain for all refugees, an attitude shared by the rest of the monetarists. And you may be sure they make no effort to conceal their opinions.
Yeah.
It was only a matter of time before the refugees united in protest. Nor is it any surprise that some among them would ultimately resort to violence.
Still think that someone provoked it.
That the Immortal Flames should choose this of all occasions to engage in joint training exercises with the other Grand Companies. By the time they return, the situation may well have deteriorated beyond mending.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to solve this problem. Why not? Desperate times. What before was all but inevitable, an incident of this kind would eventually occur given the rising tensions within the Sultanate. Nevertheless, I have reason to believe this particular riot may not have been begun spontaneously. Left your curiosity? Good. You accompany me to the Hall of Flames, where here General Ban has to say upon the matter. Oh, wrong place. See a carbuncle over there. Boing! Nope, that's the way down up here. I do love the fact that I'm now able to jog around. Oh, I'm all the way up in the Alchemist. Wait, that's not the wrong place. Where am I supposed to go? Oh, I'm at the completely wrong spot. Whoops. I got mixed up in my locations. Oopsie doops. I must be more tired than I thought I was. Only one thing to do. I still love how last episode, when I put the sword away in the middle of a cutscene, a little noise sounded. I'm just like, oh god, that killed the tension. Stone dead. Now is not a good time, Mora. My hands are full dealing with the refugees. Precisely the matter we should discuss, General. Back on your feet already? Make credit my swift recovery to your Kurgerons. My memories of the riot are still somewhat muddled. I trust you managed to regain control of the situation? Not entirely. We've secured the city soon enough, but not before the unrest had spread to the surrounding territories. Pockets of resistance remain through Thailand. We have sent what forces we can spare to root out the last of the belligerents, but progress is slow. They're damnably elusive. As well as I can imagine, given the majority of refugees live outside the walls, it stands to reason they would know the lay of the land. What I do not understand is how they can all be so well prepared. Before my little accident, I observed that several refugees were armed, and not with butler knives or pitchforks, but with martial weaponry. And need hardly add that such equipment is costly. Nor can deny the tensions between the Ul'Dah citizenry and refugee population have increased since the Dolmens were turned away. would that motivate a starving man to produce arms in lieu of food? I think not. And what of those who have not even a single guild to spend? Who could not survive without the aid provided by the immortal flames? Surely they would sooner sell weapons than bring them to bear against their benefactors. Come to the point. Very well, my point, General, is that this is a powder keg of discontent that was not set alight by chance. These events were deliberately set in motion, and now must be restored. That is my first duty. Until that's done, any investigation can wait. I don't have time to discuss this. My scouts will be returning anon. That's the problem. General is no fool. He keeps his own counsel, and with good cause. Were he to claim without necessary proof that the riots were instigated by outside forces, the Montress would accuse him of attempting to shrink with responsibility. After all, he and the Sultana have been the most outspoken proponents of refugee aid. Regardless, they will face harsh criticism in the days ahead. Our allies may stumble upon the truth in time, but I have far more faith in your abilities, Zora. Therefore, I propose we conduct our own investigation, independent of the authorities. To that end, I would have you make inquiries into settlements suspected of harboring belligerents. Commander Swift will know which they are. He may balk at a request for such information, but I have no doubt that you can persuade him with your silver tongue. You mean me stoically nodding at him? I, meanwhile, shall seek answers in my own way, after which we can regroup, share our findings. Well then, shall we? Indeed. There's something to say, Aura, do you? What you ask is no simple favor. Were the information to fall into the wrong hands, the lives of countless soldiers would be at risk. Even so, there's some wisdom in your words. An able individual may be better suited for the task than a regiment. Very well, the Brass Blades report suspicious activity in the vicinity of Lost Hope. It may be unrelated to recent events, but we doubt it. Suggest you begin by speaking to the Blades posted there. That's out near Blackbrush. Oh, I remember that area. That was like where some of my very first quests were. I think likewise I was investigating someone within the Blades who was causing problems. Hut two. Hey guys. Brings adventures for refugees? Well, then you come to the right place. You mean those refugees? Oh no, you won't find them here. Most of the people lost us have come to accept their situation and are content to pass the days in peace and quiet. Outsiders have trouble understanding that, like the merchant who passed through recently. Gregarious fellow, but awfully opinionated. Can't say it was sad to see him go. So the Ziwara, take the means you have the... Someone has read my report. Refugees who left with the merchant have yet to return. I'm increasingly concerned that Zazawaka's suspicions were correct. You haven't the fine idea what I'm talking about, do you? Never mind. Speak with Zazawaka. He'll explain everything. Wish I could give these guys some of my money. I have a ton of it, so... I mean, I'm not one of them. I beg your pardon, you're not a flame, I see. If the Fork bid you to speak with me, then I take it you've agreed to help. To help be praised for that, because we haven't a moment to waste. Everyone knows that the flames are on the march. Others have fallen under the fanatic's spell, but not I. Promises of a revolution and retribution, of holding the ruling class to account and taking that which is owed. Ha! Childish fantasy. Did everything I could to dissuade the others from leaving, but few would heed my words. Now that one of our idealists has returned, however, the madness of the merchant's plan is plain for all to see. Look behind yonder tent and you will understand why. Even now he babbles incoherently, so traumatized he is by the bloodshed he witnessed. Try as I might, I can make little sense of his words beyond the fact that he was not alone in surviving. Yet I have no doubt the merchant will lead the remainder to their doom. I beg of you, find them before he does. What are you doing? Don't draw! Don't draw! You run away. Why didn't you run away with me? We could escape together. Then you'd be here. We'd be here to soothe me. Why did you stay here alone? Emotes. Maybe I should have favorited the soothe. There it is. Did that? Wait, what do you want? It's true, I followed the merchant, and may the gods strike me down for my folly. What they will not give, you must take, he said. When we asked how, he revealed a cache of weapons he brought and implored us to seize control of our fates. Thought about running then and there, but the others were so excited. We split into two groups, sent us off on our own. When the flames found us, we didn't know what to do. Our leaders tried to parley with theirs, but they started arguing, then fighting. Then everyone was fighting, and the flames were shouting to give no quarter, and gods, the other group, they're still out there. If we don't stop them, they'll be massacred like mine was. Refugees are hiding in a cave south of Lost Hope, but to approach them would be fruitless. They will sooner call us agents of the Sultanate and try to kill us than listen. The twins might even deign to do the deed themselves. A pox on all bloody self swords. They were supposed to train us to fight, but the ones he sent vanished during the struggle. If only we'd never listened to the merchant's ridiculous claims. He said our cause was righteous, that the gods would never suffer us to be defeated. Though if we were forced to confront reality, that's it. Challenge the twins to combat and show my brethren that their strongest warriors are no match for one man. Perhaps then they would agree to lay down their arms and renounce their plot. Oh, there's someone who got brigade. Make for the point. This game, is it? Sorry for pointing you out, but we're more than willing to kill you ourselves. Don't worry, I'm just gonna put you to sleep for a little bit, guys. I'm not murdering you. Oh, these guys look better armed than the refugees. Who are they? I love how... And... I will admit, Rose, I do love the three dots, because it always means, oh, you know something, but you're not going to tell me. Which I do appreciate. Peace, I'm like, it was nothing. Oh, my, what are we gonna do now? Okay, so I at least stopped another group of refugees from getting themselves killed, but... now I just need to find that merchant and then track him back to Mr. Lalafell, who I may need to punt. Assuming he wasn't actually trying to do something good with this. Turn, did you find them? Twins, what happened? See, well, you had no choice. Better a handful of them to take a beating from you than to get butchered by the flames. Tell me, what did the merchant have to say when it was over? Huh? But what else could it be? Unless he wants a stone's throw to recruit others? Uh-oh. Merchant wished to approach refugees at stone's throw, but was waiting until the flames withdrew their forces from the vicinity. Now that they had the time to stop him from continuing his work, how many more must perish in the pursuit of our fruitless cause? How much more suffering will endure before it ends? Find him, convince him to cease his mad quest. It will surely lead us to ruin. Onward, Fluttershy! Stone's throw. No, that's not the bar. Oh, it must be the refugee camp that's right outside the city. Oh yeah, I think I've done a whole bunch of mining in this area. Was that camp always there? Must have been, but whatever. Uh-oh, I think I'm too late. Have you seen my parents? I want to stay with the others. Then they said to be back soon, but it's been days. Half of a man from Ul'Dah. The man said they were going to change everything. Make it so we could live inside the walls of everyone else. I liked it when he said that. Didn't like it when he talked about making the rich people pay. Everyone looked so angry. I got scared. Mister, are you looking for someone? I'm looking for someone stirring up trouble. The man who left my parents? But I don't know where he... Look, that's him. Over there, that's him. Which of these gullible fools shall be my next victim? Oh, you jerk. Howdy. I'm a warrior of light. You are... Getting away. Go get him, mister. Stoic nod. He might be able to run fast, but can he outrun a flying shark? I would love if this was like an actual cutscene of me just chasing the guy on a flying shark. Yes, I can do pew pew with a sword. Howdy. Why are you pursuing me? I know what you're up to. Sedition, treason, revolution, that's preposterous! Put your head of these lies. Refugees, the South-End refugees who terrorize the streets of Ul'Dah. Ha! Ah, the horn. That would actually be really cool if my horns could shoot lasers. No evidence to prove your accusations? None. I will not accompany you to Hall of Flames. You have no right to detain me. For the sake of the argument, say I did do the things you claim. Sure you don't think I give Queen's ass about politics. It was business. Only business. I love how I actually threatened him. It's like, I'm a warrior of light. I've never seen my character look so angry. Oh my god, this cutscene would be so much funnier if he was a lava fowl. Uh-oh. I know what's gonna happen. Oh, no, not the one you want. I swear I'll tell you everything. Oh, no! And he's gone. God damn it. All the commotion. 7 hells. Tell the others to spread out and search the air. The killer may still be close. Honestly, I have never seen my character look so angry before. I like you can actually see how the animation is evolving as the patches go on. I like it. Hold the intro. No more about your relationship with the victim, as well as the event leading to his death. Spinel's responsible for the recent riots. Mayhap we owe the murderer a debt of gratitude. Oh yeah. It would be so funny if it was a lava fowl. It's like, I'm grinning angrily at your shins. Okay, so it's obvious you are not the one we seek. You may carry on a big investigation. Scion? Ah, great. Well, there goes my only lead, unfortunately. The only thing I have now is an archer. And I'm assuming, of course, my character does not know that the other guy was talking about revolution. My question is still, though, was he actually meaning it to be a revolution, or just a way to, like, wipe up a bunch of the migrants? Questions? Zora? What news, Zora? Where is the merchant? Murder? Damn it all to seven hell. It's not simply murder, or he was silenced. Too many knew his face, and he was ready to divulge his secrets. Not despair, though. We may be closer to identifying the true orchestrator of the riots than you realize. I hope so, buddy. Revolution. Uh-oh. Hopefully the Sultana's not going to be fight. Flame General left word that you are to proceed to the fragment chamber as soon as you return. You wish to discuss your recent discoveries as well as the result of our own investigation. Master Alphanet has already been informed and should be waiting for you outside. Pray proceed to the Royal Pomeroy with all haste and speak to Bartholomew. Bartholomew. Maybe I used up all the luck on the lottery last night. I didn't win, but I did get third place for the first time, which actually got me 50,000 MG points, which was nice. I've only ever gotten fourth place once or twice, so quite the step up. Oh boy, I have a really bad feeling about what's going to happen here. Detecting you, sir. Please proceed inside. Oh wow, what do you know? Quest complete. Even star. Are the other jerks here?
Has kept us apprised of your recent activities. You've made great strides towards quelling the violence.
Despite our best efforts to determine what provoked this uprising, the truth continues to elude us. Have you uncovered aught which might shed some light on the mystery?
This information does not leave this room. The Syndicate's decision to reject the Doman refugees' appeal for asylum had lasting repercussions. A number of those displaced by the calamity claimed it was proof of a policy of discrimination.
That's unfortunately fair.
Together with a group of Alamegan refugees, they organized a series of demonstrations to protest against the Sultanate. Demonstrations which became heated, but did not descend into violence. Until a certain incident served as a call to arms.
A unit of brass blades sent to supervise a demonstration loosed arrows upon unarmed protesters.
Oh shit, that is not good.
It was this atrocity which prompted the refugees to take up arms. I need not tell you what followed.
We assumed at first that the attack was born of a miscommunication. When emotions run high, they happen. But suspicions were raised regarding the unit's commanding officer, whom I ordered interrogated. Sure enough, our fears were soon confirmed. The dog confessed that a merchant had offered him coin to give the order. A merchant in the employ of Teleji Adeleji.
Teleji Adeleji. But he spoke in favor of the Doman's cause, and has ever seemed sympathetic towards the refugees' plight. Why would he do such a thing?
Know you of the Cartano Reclamation Bill?
I don't.
It is a proposal to annex the Cartano Flats so that refugees may establish permanent settlements.
When last I looked, that was disputed territory.
Aye. Some might even call it a battlefield. The destruction wrought by Bahamut was greatest at the Cartano Flats. That much is common knowledge. What is less well known is that his rampage laid bare ancient Alagon ruins, of which no record existed.
Oh, isn't that the place where the multiplayer battles happen?
There are certain differences of opinion as to how these ruins should be handled. which is why each nation maintains a military presence in the region to this day.
And they want to put the refugees there. That's interesting.
Yet differ though we may, we are still allies. Therefore, in the interest of preserving the Eorzean alliance, we have reached an agreement. Any conflict which may arise during the course of military exercises in the region shall have no bearing on relations.
Yeah, front lines. I would have participated, but I can't because I'm free trial.
In full knowledge of this delicate state of affairs, Teleji Adeleji proposed the Cartano Reclamation Bill. A shameless, bloody ruse which stands to benefit him in but one conceivable way. If successful, he will gain control over the disputed territory under the guise of assisting in the resettlement effort.
Jeez.
And you can be sure he'll build an orphanage next to every Allagan ruin.
I really want to punt this guy now, just like off that cliff potentially. See how far I can get him to fly.
The man would threaten the unity of the Eorzean alliance and risk countless lives for personal gain.
Ay, ay, ay.
He walks a path all his own, independent of any faction and beholden to none of his fellows on the Syndicate.
Jeez. Let's just get rid of him, take all his money.
The less fortunate to violence, he hopes to convince others that the Cartano Reclamation Bill is the only viable solution. His sympathy for the plight of the Domans was not but posturing to gain credibility with the refugees. Of that there can be no doubt.
I want to punt him so badly.
Forgive me, but what could possibly motivate Teleji Adeleji to go to such lengths? What is so special about these ruins that he would risk his position on the Syndicate, and, most likely, charges of treason against the Sultanate?
Omega.
Omega.
Pardon?
An Allagan monstrosity, not unlike the Ultima weapon.
Oh, not again.
Larger, we know not. It has yet to be fully excavated.
Omega. Oh,
Allagan
jeez.
inscriptions indicate that it was created to fell Bahamut himself.
Oh, boy, I'm gonna... Oh, boy, I didn't let my brother know about this. Oh boy, this is not gonna go well.
Might explain why Nail Van Darnus chose to bring the Red Moon down upon the Cartano Flats. Given the ends he went to ensure Eorzea's annihilation, destroying the one weapon which could stay the Elder Primal may well have seemed like good sense.
Oi.
When first I bore witness to the power of the Ultima weapon, I doubted the evidence of my senses. And now you tell me there is another such weapon. One which could contend with Bahamut. Bahamut!
Why do we keep finding these things?
Aye, we were skeptical ourselves. Truth be told, until the Ultima weapon's existence came to light, we thought the inscription had been mistranslated.
At present, Omega is more akin to a fossil than a tool of war, having long since ceased to function. As such, its true potential cannot accurately be gauged.
That's fair.
However, if someone were to restore it, as the Garleans did the Ultima weapon, I have little doubt that he would wield untold power.
I'm just kind of imagining a Lalapel piloting that thing.
Power enough to subjugate Ul'Dah like as not, and the rest of Eorzea besides, which is doubtless why Teleji Adeleji yearns to have it.
That he should aspire to world domination. He who has ever walked 2 paces behind Lord Lolorito in matters of commerce.
'Tis in acknowledgement of his own limitations that he seeks this power. Woe betide us all should we allow him to have it.
Pray waste no time chasing rats. Only a fool would believe that secrets can be kept in Ul'Dah.
It would seem the implications of the Sultanate's refugee problem are rather more far-reaching than we assumed.
Yeah, way far more reaching. Now we have another Ultima weapon style thing to deal with. Nothing is ever simple in this goddamn city. And I think my kid Droga just fell on his face. Should be glad to know the truth, and yet the thought that all this chaos was the product of one man's lust for power sickens me. How long do you think they intend to hide the existence of Omega from the Scions? That they even felt the need to do so is most troubling. If you had a best interest to learn more of the military activities in disputed territories, fortunately you are already well positioned to do so, Lieutenant Entry. Pray keep us informed of any developments in Kotaru. Hey, bro! And no, this city is not calm. This city is just a problem all the time. Go on, well, this is no place for children. I'm sorry. Oh, it's the kid from the refugee camp. Oh, that's right. We never found out what happened to his parents. Gee, thanks, bro. It most certainly is not. Yes, as long as you ignore its entire history, including the zombie plague, I will not remind everyone. I'm still wearing Hildebrand's outfit, so yes, I am still very much remembering the zombie plague that we briefly averted. Which was mostly Hildebrand's mother kicking Gilgamesh into the wall. You know this girl. Oh yeah, I was talking to her before the merchant got shot in the chest. So visited Stone's Throw as well, I see. Find the man? Were my parents with him? They were not, I'm afraid. However, I could go several places they might be. If you like, I can go and look for them together. Really? You help me look, mister? Of course, but first you must need to finish speaking with my friend. He's telling me a secret, you see, so no one else is allowed to listen. Mayhap you could wait for me by the pillar over there? We require but a moment. I like how good he is with kids. Thanks, mister. I'll be waiting. I'll take her to the quicksand. Mayhap Modamji will know what to do. Legion of Galileans, an Aether-starved primal. Ever dealing with an Ashian would be preferable for this charade. Honestly, yeah. Can we just go back to hitting the shadowy guy in the face with the power of friendship? I'd really like to do that again. Sometimes I fear Manfility is too ambitious. We rush hither and you in response to threats as they arise, without concern for the strain it places on our limited resources and ourselves. Mayhap the time has come for a change. Expanding the Scions, maybe? So good with kids, meanwhile he's literally 16. That's fair. Oh, it doesn't feel, yeah, I have... Listen, Sodom, I must ask you to return to Revenant's Toll with all due haste. Situation as Twelvewood has taken a turn for the worse. I would explain in detail once you arrive. Of course. Better not be Omega. Twelvewood, and the primal that you spoke of before has been confirmed. See if no reports of Exile activity, which leaves the Sylphs. Go, Aura. You know as well as I that the appearance of a primal takes precedent over all else. Oh, and when you arrive, do inform the entity that while I'm grateful for her concern, she needn't fear for my safety. I am all more capable of protecting myself. Weren't you stabbed like less than a day ago? Or were you just like hit over the head with a frying pan? At which point someone really needs to tell Hildebrand's mother to stop hitting people with a frying pan. Oh. Hello? Okay, that was very weird. Stories we tell. And floop. Floop. Boing. 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 fine.